I just had a night of visions and messages and downloads given to me. So we were getting ready to go to sleep. We had just seen orbs in the sky. We were in this jacuzzi. We had this big broad sky over our heads because we're out in the country right now. And we saw 2 or 3 orbs in the sky. And we were just reflecting on what they are. They seemed to be getting closer. That was on my mind. I closed my eyes and I could see this line of orbs in my mind's eye, like a line of them, and they seemed to be moving down towards Earth. And I've been seeing this a lot as I've been closing my eyes at night, like a line of orbs. So they're getting more formated, and they're getting closer to us, and they're getting more intentional with what they're going to do. And I think they are going to come to Earth at some point. But so I see I'm in a line, and all of a sudden, as I'm drifting off into further sleep, this is when I always get the visions, and when my partner gets them, it's like right on the precipice of sleep, like right when you're in between those two worlds where your subconscious is very active. And I felt this bluish, deep, rich, dense light force energy pulling on my heart and soul. It was like, all I could imagine it and describe it to be is it was like a magnetic pull, and my soul was coming out of my body. And it's kind of scary when it happens because you feel like you're dying. Like, that's the only description I have for it. It's so strong, but it has a bluish resonance to it. Not like a light like blue like we think of. It's a different kind of grayish almost blue, which my partner's described before as a grayish blue. It's a deep, dense blue color. We don't have a color like it here on Earth. I can't make a description of a color we have here on Earth. But that's the resonance of this force, and it's pulling on my energy and on my force, and I want to resist it because it feels like I'm dying, but I don't. I just let it pull on me, and then it shows me things. It teaches me. So what it taught me last night was that the orbs are getting closer. They're going to come to Earth. They're going to come down and approach us. And as they do that, they get bigger, right? Because they look small in the sky because they're orbs. But as they get closer to us, we see their real power, their real width, their real size, and they're huge. And they are not a ship, but they resemble a ship when they come down towards us because they flatten almost, and they look like a disc. That's why people think they're ships, but they're not. They're just the orbs coming closer. And when they hit us and hit Earth, I didn't see like the moment where they were like, impacting us. I just saw them get to the Earth and kind of land on it. It looks like a landing, but it's really more of like a crashing. And I saw at one point in my dream like these big dust clouds coming up from the Earth when they hit the Earth. And it seems scary because it's like what we think of as apocalyptic, what we think of as the ships hitting the Earth and impacting the Earth and taking us all out. But there's a more spiritual understanding to what it is, because when they come to Earth, we get on them. And that's why people see visions or they feel themselves getting on a ship. It's not a ship. We meld with the orbs. We become one with them. And I didn't see my body leave. I didn't see my body get decimated or anything. I didn't see this process. It was just an understanding that we become one with the orbs, because then it took me to a further layer of knowledge. We are the orbs. They are us. The orbs are just higher consciousness in a plasma form, in some foreign form that we don't understand because we're in these bodies, we're in these meat suits. But that's not what we essentially are. We are the orbs, and we are consciousness, pure consciousness, power, love, light, these human words that we have to describe these things. But the thing itself, the consciousness, is undescribable. You can't describe it from a human perspective, but we are them and they are us. And that's why they're here and getting closer to us. They're reminding us of who we are, where we came from. And there's nothing to fear as far as death. And I've been feeling that so much lately. I don't know if we're entering an end times. We might be, but these are all human words and concepts. for something that we just can't understand. What I feel is it is not going to be a scary moment. It's not going to be a scary event. It's going to be a beautiful event. It's going to be a transformative event, magical, powerful event. We've just never experienced anything like it. And we've used all of these religious terms to describe it, but it's not going to be anything like this rapture where the righteous are risen, raised up, and the evil are stuck on earth burning to death. That's not what it is. That's a human perspective that's tried to describe a really remarkable thing that's going to actually be us going home. It's going to be us going back to like what we actually came from, and we don't understand it, but these orbs are here to teach us, and that's what this earth ascension is. I don't know if people that are ready, and that's why in scriptural form we call it like the righteous are going to go back to God. The people that are ready are going to ascend to another dimension. We are going to be one with the orbs. We're going to ascend. And the people that are not ready, it's not that they're evil or sinful, it's that, or they haven't accepted or believed, it's that they're not ready yet to go to this next level, to this new earth, if you want to call it a new earth. They're going to stay here and lose their mortal form, which we look at as this apocalypse where everyone dies and burns, but that's not what happens. We just lose our meat suits. Do you get that? We're still just love and light and consciousness, and everyone has it in them. And so the people that aren't ready will just stay here, lose their meat suits, and go to the next dimension of time that they're supposed to go on to, or incarnation. Okay, so nobody's dying here, and very few people are going to have that happen to them where they completely lose their consciousness. Okay, we don't even need to worry about that, because that's the majority of the people, that's not what's happening. So the orbs are getting closer to show us where we're all going, who's ready to go, and that's why only certain people can see them. We are one and the same with the orbs.